Welcome, everyone. Thank you for hopping in to another wonderful episode of Playconomy. I am one of your lovely co-hosts, Rhinosaurus Rex. I am not, unfortunately, joined by Beccatron. Escaped the storm that Alex braved in Miami, fighting sharks and walruses in the streets. So she flew away to this quaint little town called Paris and is having a very good time. So she won't be joining us tonight, but I'm joined by Grace and Alex. Very excited to play some fun games that I can actually play on my Mac computer, which everyone frowns on me about. So we'll get into that in a minute. First, a housekeeping note. All the lovely returning guests know that we are sponsored by the lovely company called SXBet. And if you've been following the show, I did my first ad 2 episodes ago. It didn't go well, apparently. Big marketing stepped in. They said I needed to join their crew. I had to pay all my dues. Didn't have the money for that, so I conscripted my nieces and my son to write the ad for me. Apparently, big marketing was also against that. So as opposed to me writing the episode this week, I actually tapped in one of my friends, and his name, Jacques Sauvage, your resident Frenchman, lover of fine wine, delicious cheese, baguettes. Oui. I was called on today by the amazing Rhinosaurus Rex, so handsome, to talk to you about all of the ways the U.S., the Americas, have things backwards. And I, a man of culture, a man of romance, a man of mystery. This is why I am the utmost authority on all things that America gets wrong. So here we go. Up first, why is it that all Americans are so obsessed with these icy cold drinks? I do not know. Why someone would want brain freeze in December? Room temperature tap water for me, please. That is all. N'importe quoi. Why do you waiters always check up on you? Everything from to your liking. It looks like you hated it as the plate is all empty and I want the waiter that I have to shout at from the back room and to pay me any mind. Tu maton! By the way, I've written down not the actual French words, I have the pronunciation of the French words because I wouldn't be able to say them live. Once you have a belly full of escargot, find Bordeaux and exquisite cheese. Who wants to do all these maths to figure out how much is going to pay? You have to tip your waiters? Ugh. The sound does not sound good in my mouth. And your automobiles, much too large. You have your SUVs. All I need is one smart car, maybe a Fiat, 2 seats. 4 too many. A lie! I have a large disdain, and this might be the biggest travesty of all. The fact that SX.bet, the largest blockchain betting platform by both volume and users, with over 225 million in bets since its inception, isn't available in the US. Oy! What a crazy system you all have over there. Every true-blooded French citizen like myself hates traditional centralized betting and knows that SXBet is a decentralized betting exchange that offers peer-to-peer betting the ability to earn SX tokens as they bet and even earn by staking their assets. Mais oui! We know that you like to call it soccer, but when a French-born person is betting on football, they bet in crypto on major professional sports, esports, crypto, NFTs, and more on the SXBet platform, of course. And the best part, even better than sandwiches with only butter on them, SXBet flips the script on traditional centralized platforms, allowing users to own the house. Brief. I think that was actually auto-corrected, so I don't know if I said that right. You Americans, and you're saying hello to everyone in the street, wearing PJs out of the house, and your prices being advertised before taxes are kept. Please keep missing out on the national treasure that is SX.bet. Oui, bonsoir. Oh, Jack, thank you so much for showing up tonight. I think, of all the ads so far, Jack, I think that one might be the one that the big marketing is going to be okay with. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know if I get another sternly worded email in my inbox tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Yes, I did say butter. Thank you guys for sitting and dealing with me while I went through that and practiced my French voice. I actually have a D&D character I'm going to be playing that's a Frenchman this weekend. So It was a good practice run. Yes, thank you. But thank you all for joining. I'm excited to have you guys here. Grace and Alex, why don't you give a quick round of intros to the Playconomy audience? I'm sure the many nations and the faraway people know you too well already.
Grace, do you want to go first?
Try it in your best French accent too. Why don't you? Here we go.
Hi. Just Grace, just regular Grace.
All right.
I lead community and growth at Mini Royale Nations. So all of those announcements, anything posted by anyone called Gruai, that is I. And my goals are to build an amazing, strong player base and community for our game, and to get the word out about open economy gaming, which we can talk about here tonight. So thanks so much for having us on. Love
course.
I don't even know what the ad was for anymore.
That's why I leave this logo up in the top, because I'm just having fun writing silly bits. It's all about the bits for me.
Perfect. Great.
Yeah.
So that's me, and happy to be here and chat with the Playconomy homies a little bit.
Yeah. And Alex, tell us a little bit about yourself. Ooh, that's a hard shout out.
I'm Alex. I'm one of the co-founders of Faraway. So prior to Faraway, I did a bunch of evil traditional gaming, right? So I was at Glue and I was at Scopely for a bit, both big free-to-play mobile publishers.
Nice. How has that been shifting over from, I don't know, big video game to what you're doing now? I'm excited to learn.
It's fun. It's the next evolution, right? It's how do you go from a closed economy to an open economy where people are trading and sort of doing whatever they want? So I always thought it was the next evolution. Happy to finally be doing it.
Nice. Well, awesome. Well, I have a ton of questions for you and everything. And also everyone in the chat, if you guys want to ask questions, feel free. I will try and throw them up on the screen so we can get them answered. But the one thing that we like to do here at Playconomy the most is actually play video games versus talk about how are you going to get the most out of this NFT or whatever. So what I would love to do, if the attendees here tonight as well would love to jump in a game and absolutely decimate me live for the rest of the internet, while Alex and Grace probably hold their own a bit better than I do, I would love to do a fun private game if we can throw it up.
We're doing a private game? Are we throwing up the link in the chat?
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool.
How do I make it?
Here, I'll make one.
All right.
Let's see.
And then whoever wants to play, we can play live for the internet.
Does this link drop in both the Twitch chat and YouTube chat?
I can put it in both if it only goes to one. I have these. It's sometimes, as long as, I don't know if you guys can see the conversation thing that I'm looking at in YouTube, but you can choose all destinations if you so like.
Wow. Fancy.
Yeah, I know. Technology these days. What do you think?
Where do I drop this thing in the chat? Can I do chat?
Yeah.
We can't actually talk in the comments.
I can't access.
No. All right.
So
send it in the private chat. I'll drop it
in the private chat. Yeah.
All right. Here we go, friends. Jumping in private game. There you go, everyone. If you want to join, this is your opportunity to play with the best, which just means you get probably some easy battle points because I'm really bad. It seems like headshots give you some extra
Grace,
stuff.
You're not even in the room.
Here we go. Let me share my screen.
My way.
All right, Brave Tab. There we go.
It's
sharing.
Full.
It's full. You have too many friends.
Is it full? I only see 8 out of 10. Is it full for you?
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, yep. We not full yet. I'm in here.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. 7 out of 10.
All right.
Grace, I don't see you. Are you guest 612?
I might just be. I think I might need to log in. It's okay.
You definitely need to log in. It's fine. Ready? I'm going to start this thing.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Let's jump in.
Should we wait for one more person, or
yeah, that way even teams. Come on, friends.
Let's go.
We have player V in here. So shout out to you. Always nice to play under the guise of Lightning V. And we have Squirlington.
Here, for some reason I can't start the game.
Oh,
Yeah,
weirdly, I'm the host, which is probably the worst thing, is to give me any sort of power. But we let's do the invasion level. That looks nice. Or Victory Lake. What's your favorite? So
let's try out invasion, right?
Yeah, that looks like a cool little thing.
For some reason, I can't start the game though. So let's see.
Here.
But I don't think
Did we turn off private matches? Am I the host?
No, I've been turned into the host.
You're the host. Okay.
Haley, you're not in here. You're the guest. Oh God.
What? All right, we're going. What just happened? All right, here we go. All right, so now that we're in here playing, which is really exciting.
I think you guys kicked me. Somehow I got removed from the match.
We can reload. Everyone, we have to reload. That will make a perfect. Oh my gosh.
Stick with it. Stick with it.
All right, sticking with it.
Alex is on question duty.
I died in 3 seconds, guys. Come on now. All right, do not Squirrelington, please. The internet. My mom watches this. Okay, please. I have to. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious.
Welcome to the mini Royale.
Oh my goodness. All right, I feel like I got one hit off. Oh my goodness. I'm supposed to be like conducting an interview here, friends. Please give me a second.
Finally.
I think people are spawn camping you as well.
Yeah, no, I know that's definitely happening. Cool. So, ooh, sick helmet. So while we're sitting here watching me get decimated live on the internet, I guess tell me a little. So one of the things I always like to do is world build, lore build. I am, like I mentioned before, big into D&D, so I'm big into the world and everything. So tell me the world that we're entering when someone logs into, which is cool, a web browser to play this game, Mini Royale Nations. Set the stage, if you will.
Oh. Grace, are you going to set the stage or what? You're better at the world.
Sorry, I've just been trying not to die this whole time. I'm getting tagged by Arxis and Squirrelington. I'm just running away. So this one's all you, Haley.
I think you should give up because I don't think this is going to be successful. No, I mean the world. It's set on Earth. As far as like the world, it's I think we just call it the miniverse, where weird things happen. And there are constant invaders, right? So for season 1, it was Vikings. For season 2, it was Cyberpunks. We had a mid-season between season 2 and season 3, where it was these Sank toys. We did like a collab with this toy company. And now aliens and space gods have invaded the miniverse. And now we're battling against them. So
that season 3 is this. 3. All right.
This,
amazing. So I guess, so first and foremost, I have a big question because number one, the thing that I love the most about this is the fact that, and this is stepping away from lore, is the fact that you guys decided to go with a like web browser based game, which is a choice, but it's an awesome choice for us Mac power users out there. So like, what was the thought process behind choosing this web based game? And also, if you guys want to start up another private game, we can do that. We'll keep sharing links. And we'll keep jamming.
Or we just start general matchmaking.
Start just general matchmaking. All right, in North America. See if we start button. Let's see if it happens.
It's happening.
It's happening.
All right. Let me sign in. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah. Jeez, get your weapons.
Because you guys are lower level, so I'm not going to matchmake against you guys. Maybe we'll have to do private rooms. Okay. I'll
it's probably better for the rest of us if we don't. Yes. Squirrel, you should definitely give tips. If you have any hot tips outside of just like camping right wherever Rhinoceros Rex spawns, please share.
let's try this. Let's try this link again.
All right. We'll share it out.
If I don't get kicked.
All right. Here we go. Everyone can jump on in.
Let me turn my volume down. That's what the problem was.
Yeah. There we go. Aim for the head. Nice tip. Take your opponent to 0 HP before your HP drops to 0. Also great tip. Well, cool. So I'd love to understand the thought process behind this whole web browser based game. versus everyone that I have on the show outside of this, I have to because I have a Mac, I have to go to, and I've actually learned the best return policy is at Costco. I have to go buy a gaming PC or laptop, wait until the last possible day to return it, then go drop it back off at one of these big.
Is this an advertisement for Costco's return?
I mean, yes, 90 days. 90 days. Best Buy is 15 days. Target is 30. You get it for a whole quarter. All right? Top of the line. I'm telling you, it is the best $125 I've ever spent on a gaming PC. But yeah, so why a browser-based game?
So I've been making mobile free-to-play games for 15 years, and it's quite brutal to deal with the app stores. They're restrictive. They take 30% of your revenue, right? And they're also not friendly when it comes to Web3 games. So staying far away from the app stores, at least for the beginning stages of Web3 gaming, seemed like the smart choice, right?
Yeah.
Acquiring users, right? Getting users into your game is a lot more seamless, right? With browser. And then of course, people with all types of computers, right? Whether it's the highest end gaming PC or...
I actually got a kill, friend. Sorry, I'm just very excited about that.
No, I'm still waiting for a kill. So basically it's just accessible to anybody, right? Anybody with a computer and a browser, not automatically. And we just wanted a very social experience, and it seemed that the browser was the way to do that.
I totally agree. The thing that's interesting for me that I heard, because I was originally I was like, why would anyone want to build on the App Store or iOS or Android and everything, because they take like 30%, but they only take, if we're thinking like NFTs down the line, granted, if they ever like really allow that to happen, which it seems like it's leaning that way. They don't take like secondary sales or anything like that. So it is like a built-in user base as well, but I guess the browser is the most ubiquitous thing that exists.
Yeah, I sort of write off secondary sales because I think the way that things are trending is secondary sales, or marketplaces will make secondary sales optional, or secondary royalties optional, or creator royalties optional.
Pseudo swap or whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly. It seems that, I mean, basically all of these marketplaces that don't honor creator royalties will force the marketplaces that do honor creator royalties into a optional creator royalty type of paradigm. So it's obviously unfortunate, but it's what's happening already. So it might be a bit of a race to the bottom, in which case you are going to need to probably prioritize more of the primary sales than secondary sales. And in our situation, we view secondary sales and secondary trading, or even rentals, more as like, this is another way to incentivize like peer-to-peer interactions, which of course is just as important as revenue. Yeah, it's like just as important as revenue is retention and peer-to-peer interactions between your players.
No, it does add that, especially like rental or sharing or swapping or something like that. GGs, all around GGs. It definitely has that community feel. The idea that I have is that, that everyone has is like when the game's fun, when it draws in that sense of your friend group. Like I remember the reason I still have my friends today is because we were playing LAN parties with our tower computers that we bring over, playing like Dota before while it was still a Warcraft 3 mod, that kind of vibe. Like that is what gets the next group of people in. And if you can share those skins or the guns or whatever to help your friends that come enter the game pretty quickly and effectively, I think that's really, really awesome. So that's, I mean, all in all, that's cool. I'm sure there's a lot of intricacies to building in a browser versus anything else that comes up. But I'd love to just what do you guys what's exciting? What are you guys doing right now? What's happening in the Mini Royale Nations world? What are the fun things that everyone in this chat is going to be super hyped about to ask a lot of questions about as well? Which is, if there's any alpha that just happens to come out at any point, it's not a bad thing by any means.
Well,
the floor is yours.
Grace's lips are locked on alpha tonight.
Okay, good to know. This is the chance, everyone. We'll see what we can do. All right.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
I don't know, Grace. What's exciting here? I think everything for me is
what I think is worth noting, there's a ton of stuff that's coming out. We actually,
Yes.
for those players in here, tomorrow we'll be launching, if everything stays on track, we'll have item shards going live, which is a whole new like prize mechanic that we'll have. You can access this in the lab. We'll have a guide for it. Not that you really need one, but we're just continuing to expand different sort of like prize types and ways to unlock rare skins in the game through item shards. So that's coming tomorrow, I hope. We'll keep you announced. We've launched a new website, which is pretty
throw that fresh new, take that thing out for a little dog and pony show, pony and dog show. What do they say? Okay. Let's walk around in the old shoes of this new here website you guys got.
Sure. I will pull it up.
Yeah.
Why this is exciting is because it sort of quietly announces something pretty huge for Faraway and for Mini Royale. So a ton of big pushes announcing it all over, but our site, let me share. Okay, cool.
Right here, I'll throw it up on the old streamy Peem. Ooh, okay. fancy, unannounced first-person shooter with some cute ass animals. Unannounced RPG. Now, you're speaking my language.
And the Mini Royale carousel, yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
There we go.
Explore. Those are some sick new skins. Hype is an understatement. The Spider Show. Understatement. Talk to me about the Faraway platform. What's going on here? Because like Faraway, and correct me if I'm wrong, Faraway is the umbrella corporation, not the zombie kind, but the one that sits over top. And then you have many Royale nations underneath. And I assume you guys are going to be putting out several different games as we're going through this, if all goes according to plan.
So we'll definitely make more than one game, but I think the exciting thing is that the games that are actually listed in that carousel, other than Mini Royale Nations, they're not built by us. They're just built
interesting.
So what we found is that through building Mini Royale, we've actually built a lot, and a lot of things that other studios can use. So we ended up having a number of studios approach us and say like, "Hey, you've clearly built a lot. We're a traditional game studio. We don't want to figure out how to build smart contracts, how to hire, Rust engineers or Solidity engineers."
Yeah.
Use what you built. And that sort of kicked off this idea behind an external facing Faraway platform. We always were going to have like a Faraway ecosystem. We just didn't expect to make it external focused so early. We're bringing in completely external game studios, and they're building on top of our tech and our tokens. So
that's awesome.
We have Mini Royale and then 2 games actively in development that are going to be using our tech and our tokens. So it should be really exciting.
Gotcha. So when these games are, I'm super curious, when these games are using the tech, it looks like it's a lot of the integration with the blockchain aspect of things, which is cool. But when they're using your tokens, they're actually going to be like
whatever it is the token.
No shit. Yeah, that's cool.
For some things, so it just accrues more value to that governance token. So for all the people that have Royale or will get Royale, it'll just make sure that Royale token has utility that will continue to expand the more and more games use it. So that's an exciting thing for us.
Yeah, everyone talks about utility, and no one wants to put the utility in the token. That's actually pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. So there's a lot here that it seems like you guys are working on-chain loot boxes. Neither here nor there. On-demand NFT minting. That's cool. NFT imprinting. Is that like soulbound? What are we talking here?
So Soulbound doesn't really require a separate smart contract. It's
okay.
Easy to implement. This is the concept of NFTs owning other NFTs, right? So we're about to roll out a gear system where characters can equip gear, and that gear is owned by the parent character NFT. And when you sell that parent character NFT on a marketplace, the gear that's attached to that character NFT transfers with that sale. So, and this you can continue to extend. So I guess this is a little bit of alpha. We call this the Empire NFT, because eventually you can stake gear to your characters, stake your character to a building on a piece of land, stake a building to a land plot, and then when you sell that land plot, the entire tree, like that hierarchy of NFTs, transfers alongside it. So we call that the Empire NFT, the ability to sell like a huge percentage of your ownership in a game in one transaction.
Wow, that is really cool. Like, I just imagine amassing like an army and be like, you know what, I'm done with this game, package it up in a nice little bow, and just like the next person can like take over my
drug and we want empire. Arbitrage. We want arbitrage. Like we want to say like, hey, you can buy, it's like when a private equity company, right, they go and take over a company and sell the company for parts. It could be that it's a better financial decision to buy a character, decompose all of the things that character has attached to it, and then that might be the sum of the parts might be more valuable than that character NFT with the stuff attached to it. So there's a lot of cool things here. Yeah, it'll involve a lot of like custom marketplace work.
So are you guys, would that mean you guys are setting up your own marketplace if that's the case? Or are you going to be able to still like sell an Empire NFT through Magic Eden or choose your flavor of spot?
Yeah, we'll still be able to sell it through Magic Eden.
No way.
Yeah, so what ends up happening on the NFT layer is the metadata for all of the child NFTs just get packed onto, like appended onto the metadata of the parent NFT. We're doing it in like a user-friendly or as user-friendly of a way as possible. And, so it won't look pretty on the Magic Eden marketplace, but we're still going to build our own marketplace powered by Magic Eden.
Got it.
And of course, like when we control the user experience, we can make it look pretty on our own.
Yeah, that's wild. Because like the use case in that is like it's not just, sure, I mean, don't get me wrong, having your character with all your gears and your clothes and all that kind of stuff, and then inside a building that's on top of a plot that's inside of a nation. See the throwback there. Exactly, but like like if you think about if people can use or source this technology from you guys, think about and by the way, I do not go to sporting events, not because I love a sporting event. I'm just not very into sports, so I'm not going out there buying tickets. But I feel like at a sporting event, something like this would happen. Someone buys a ticket, they sit at a certain part in the stand, they get like a free popcorn and a drink of cola. Like ticketing NFTs can now have these additional things, or like it comes with like a sweet jersey that's like NFT. Like that level of complexity can be added into one like overarching Empire NFT. I love the idea behind that name already. That is really cool. The use cases on that are enormous.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we've just built a bunch of stuff that we thought was super cool and will all be used in core mechanics for Mini Royale. And then we ended up building a bunch of stuff. Gaming Studio said, we also like that stuff that you're building.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, like use it and make something cool, and let's figure out how to continue to accrue value to our governance tokens and our ecosystem. Because I think the most important thing is like we continue driving value back to the stuff that our players own.
Yeah,
is NFTs and tokens.
Nice. All right, cool. Let's play another round, everyone. I want to get my hands a little bit dirty with this here trigger finger. Pull up another private game while we're doing this. But that's really cool. I love the idea of being able to like bolster the ecosystem. And, I know that like, for example, Gala Games does something similarly, right? They have like the infrastructure and the tech. They have their Townstar, but it's all like all of the individual games have their own token, which I thought was interesting. It's all supposed to be powered by Gala, but at the end of the day, like at least currently, all of those individual tokens can be taken out of the game to go somewhere else. The fact that you're linking the Royale
our governance tokens. So we have multiple tokens. I think what they're probably doing is they're saying like there's a Gala token, and that specific token might have utility across the portfolio, but each game will have their own inflationary token that each game can destroy as they wish, you know.
They can inflate until the ether. For sure.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the danger with trying to control an inflationary token. It's one game can have massive side effects to the rest of the portfolio.
For sure. All right, everyone, we can jump back into another private room. Let's do this. I feel like I want to be on the winning team this time, friends. So can we just please make that happen? I'm gonna switch the HP to 200 HP.
We're doing some like cool stuff right now where we might switch the balance to like 150 HP to extend the time to kill. I'm gonna actually see what 200 HP feels like for a lot of people.
All right.
I'm doing some like
we're alpha testing here left and right live for the internet to see. This is cool.
We're doing some like focus group testing right now.
Yeah, we are. You let us know if you love it, hate it, and anything in between. The other thing I want to know about is I heard, pray tell, through the ether from a small little birdie, that there's things that are like the land that is and or coming out sometime soon. So while we're loading up this 200 HP fun meat bag game, tell us a little bit, spin us a yarn, if you will, Grace, on what's happening here with this here land sale, land nation. What?
So yeah, there won't actually be sort of a direct land sale. Land is very early in design phases and development. We have just started talking about it with our community a little bit. We host weekly holder calls and monthly server-wide calls, so we like to bring everyone up to date on what we've been working on. I'm just going to hide in the corner for a little bit, what we've been working on and what's coming up. So on the land side, we started to see some pretty interesting progress on the I was found on the design side of things. The way that land works is that it's not actually something you can go and buy. We wanted to do this so that so that we didn't have big companies or investment firms coming in and buying up the land and then never playing the game ever again and killing the economy. So
or making the economy boring, you know.
Sorry?
Or making the economy just boring.
Yeah.
The economy should be player owned, player controlled, and if you're not playing the game, like it's sort of
if you're just like sapping whatever you find the one most expensive thing and you just keep farming that however you can with all of your scholars that are out there.
Exactly. This should be fun, but it should be social.
So the way that works is that you will be able to have these land claim like tokens, pretty much, that you'd be able to deposit onto land with your clan through active gameplay. And if you don't, no one can like steal land fully from you. Wow, the staircase got pretty heated. Everyone around me. No one can go in and straight up just stand or steal land from you. But what they can do is take some claim on the amount of earnings from the resources on that land.
Interesting.
So if you're not active, if you're not playing, if you're not defending your land, if you're not thinking through your land design strategy, what are you building on your land? Are you building defenses? Are you building like storage for God knows what kinds of weapons we'll be able to place there? Then you might very well lose some of the fruit of your labor on that land. So that's
is it like a Clash of Clans type thing where it's like you go and you try and take over the other teams, but you have all these other people that are constantly checking in on your clan and your spot? That was a big.
It's more like a 4X game, like a light 4X game. So if you played like Top War battle game, it's similar to that, or like Game of War is just way too complex for this. It's not fair to call this Game of War, but Top War, Top War is like a lighter version. Of Game of War.
That's awesome. That'll be really, really cool. So like your clan can potentially like take like actual, like, I know there's like resources that you like build and do stuff and whatever in the economy, but like there's like actual like quote unquote tokens that you can go steal from other clans. So you like want to be out there protecting your home base. Do I have that right?
So each land plot starts with a deposit of a Royale token. So you're the
Wow.
first. We call it the initial colonization offering. So if you're
Okay.
the first clan to take over a piece of land, you get access to the Royale deposits there, and you can extract the Royale deposits. And then after everything's extracted, your goal is to just keep control of that over that piece of land, and that piece of land keeps producing assets that are used in the shooter. So what we have is like, I guess when we originally started designing like Mini Royale,
Yeah.
we assumed, I think we assumed correctly, that there would be two different types of players, right? There'd be the more gamer centric like shooter types of players, those people that came in through the shooter and wanted to continue to play the shooter in perpetuity.
Like Squirrel and
Yeah,
his sniper shots. Okay, cool.
exactly. And
Yeah.
then I guess three types of players. Then there'd be people that would actually gravitate from the shooter to the more like social and economic like end game, which is around land.
Mhm.
And then there'd be probably people that are more like crypto native or right, that are just saying, hey, I don't want to play the shooter at all, but I want to play this like mastermind role, and I want to own land, and I want to extract resources, and I want to be that economy person. And essentially, people that control land produce things for people that play the shooter, and people that play the shooter produce things for people that control the land. So there's that constant trading between the two parties, and that's how the economy will work. So yeah, we're just continuing to build right now.
Nice. So like with all, it sounds like there's like one or two things that are happening in the near future that are like actually pretty gigantic. What are you guys like? What are you guys most excited about with all this stuff? Like what is this? What doors does this open? What is next for Far Away, for Mini? Like, give me what, like, you wake up, you roll out of bed. Well, you drink coffee right now at, I don't know what time of night it is for you. So it seems like you never actually roll out of bed. But let's just say you existed in a bed at some point in once a week and you roll out of bed. What gets you out of bed in the morning with everything that's happening with Mini Royale?
I mean, it's cool, right, to make a game with an open economy. It's like, this is the type of stuff that people told you was impossible or a bad idea to do in free to play. Like, it broke all the rules.
Right.
And yeah, we're seeing it does sort of break all the rules, and it is super difficult to work with. And I can see why a lot of people say it's a bad idea, but I think players really, really like it. And I think they like the fact that they can do things in an open economy that they couldn't do in a free to play game. And that makes it exciting because it means that there's a reason to figure this out, just like players obviously preferred to pay nothing for a game. And then it was the game studio whose job was to figure out how do you monetize nothing, and that was free to play, and that worked out just fine.
Yeah, that's wild. What about you, Grace?
I think the tides are shifting a little bit in our space. I think we're starting to see the people who are here and in it and understand and also like show a level of patience and kind of see the vision beyond like a quick money making flip or like through value extraction. So I think things like us like sharing the information about the Nearby Foundation and a Faraway platform and like those bigger vision things have gotten people pretty excited, which makes me get excited because I worry about everyone's thoughts about our project every single day at every hour and in my dreams too. So I think something that's also happening now is that we're starting to see some bigger, more mainstream brands or organizations kind of poke their head into the space a little bit and kind of like sniff around and see what's going on. And not surprisingly, a lot of them are coming to Mini Royale looking for a playable live first-person shooter with a player base that's more than, well, okay, I won't go into detail, but
You might get a little too specific if you call some
I'm not
people
going to
out
call
like
any
that.
other games out.
Let's not share investor style information.
Yeah.
I think that it's interesting to start seeing more people paying attention to the space and being able to shift the narrative from open or from like what we saw with Axie and like instant earning and play to earn and play and own and play to win or earn and all of that, shifting now to people thinking a little bit more seriously about longer term investments and longer term visions for games. So I think we'll see some interesting, hopefully, partnerships soon in the future. Maybe on the content side, maybe not.
I mean, you guys got a partnership on the content side right here, right now. All right, let's not just brush this under the rug. All right.
This is true.
Yeah.
So I'm just really interested to see how game studios and content creators and everyone sort of shaping the narrative of open economy gaming now, how that message gets a little more clear to people who have been just completely turned off by the previous narrative, which was like, hey, make some money playing this, it'll pay your full-time job, and that's not going to survive. So times are changing, I think.
I know that only happens once Elon Musk sends a spaceship to mine the 13 billion pounds of gold that exists out there in the asteroids, and then gives $1 million to everyone on the planet. We all live happily ever after playing video games. Mini Royale Nations being one of them for sure. That's really cool. And to echo on that too, I think one of the things that's really I've noticed that's been a big shift. There was a big investment that happened yesterday or the day before, so that might skew the numbers a little bit. But right now, in all of September so far, if you look at all of the investment that's happened across like all of crypto, over half of it is going to Web3 games, specifically Web3 games. So like, I think it's twofold. One is like, there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of good money that's coming into space, and people are like, oh, there's like cool stuff finally getting built. And now that like Axie's gone, the other part of me thinks like a lot of the people who are VCs now were like, they grew up playing video games. So like, I feel comfortable investing in a game because it'd be cool if I was like part of a game. And so like, it's that twofold thing is really, really helping. But what the amount of money that's getting poured into the space right now is like going to unlock so many cool things that are like, I mean, it's going to take like 3 to 5 years for a lot of the big ones to come out. I mean, the fact that you guys have this game up and running, I don't know how long you've been building it. Like it blows me away that this is such a robust game in Web3 that has like NFTs incorporated already. Like this is so far and few in between. But like, I'm generally very excited about everything that's going on because of how much money is coming into the space. It's amazing. It's amazing. So one of the things that we are going to do live on the stream today is we are going to give away 2 NFTs. So I want to make sure to do that. The first one is going to go away. The community, I see you guys in the Discord chat. I see you guys in the YouTube and Twitch chat. The first one is going to go to the best question. Do you guys have any burning questions that you need Alex or Grace to answer, that you know how to dig and pry and stick that finger in a little bit harder than I do to get what you want to know? Audience, start asking questions. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys about while we're waiting for some questions to pour in, what do you see? This is where I start to get esoteric, right? At the end, it's like, I want to get philosophical. What do you see? What is the future of Web3 gaming outside of Mini Royale Nations taking over the world? What is it? Sure, player ownership. Everyone has their NFTs and their stuff like that. But like, then what's the next step? What's the next big thing that's coming through that is really exciting that you see or you're thinking about?
Probably interoperable economies, I think, is the next thing. Like, what happens when one game and one economy has a relationship or some effect on another game and another economy, right? That's sort of like the real world, right? Where even though the US and China are 2 separate countries, right? They do have a symbiotic and very interconnected relationship.
Yeah.
What's happening in the US has side effects in China and vice versa. So who knows, right? It's like, even if you look at Blizzard portfolio, you could buy things in Diablo Immortal using your Blizzard coins, right? Or whatever they're calling them. So
yeah.
pretty cool. And then how do you balance like a multi-game economy? And I think that would have never even been a question we would talk about like in free to play, because it was just such a bad idea. But and it was complicated. But in Web3, right, this narrative of interoperability and composability is so strong, right, that we're now starting to think about it, and it might be a worthwhile problem to solve.
Yeah, and so let me take that one step further, make sure I have this right in my head. So like let's just say the Royale token, are you worried about other people building in a completely separate world, like think about the Gallows or the Shrapnels or whatever, about that affecting your game? Or is it more people within your ecosystem that are like multiple games built on top of the Faraway platform? Like which is it both? Is it one or the other?
It could be both, right? It's like any game, like whether it's Faraway made or external, can give utility to our tokens or utility to our NFTs, right? So there's that thing to think about, and yeah, it's just a new problem to solve, but it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting.
That's so wild. I mean, yeah, right now you go into a British pub and you can put down $1 and it's worth just as much. So this stuff happening with that'd be wild. That is a piece of the puzzle that I hadn't thought of before, and now I'm going to be in a rabbit hole for the next 8 hours as opposed to going to bed. So maybe I'll have some coffee.
We're also thinking about, it's like realistically, if you look like 5 years into the future, will every game launch their own tokens? And I think the realistic answer is no, because it's hard to launch a token, right? It's expensive to launch a token, right? Whether it's the market making and liquidity provision plus the legal costs, and that token is purely exposed to the ups and downs of a single game, which I think people have learned not to like too much these days. So like, I think we'll start seeing like super tokens or ecosystem level tokens or shared tokens, right? Some sort of weird
like first person shooter tokens or things
like mid-core gaming tokens, Solana gaming tokens, like index level tokens, right? And I think we'll start.
Let those financial engineers think about something crazy to do with all of my gaming tokens. I'll buy in as long as it has some sort of perk for me, and I get a special mask when I jump into whatever game I want to play. That's all that's all that matters to me. That's pretty cool. What about you, Grace? What about you thinking for the future?
Oh man, I am trying to.
I stole all Grace's
keep thinking about tomorrow's release, the next week's release, and the week after that's release. But
you're thinking like 3 weeks ahead, and all of us are like, "Come on, Grace, pick your head up out of the millions of hours of work you have to do by tonight, and just like let's have fun."
I think on a super vague, super high level.
This is where,
and I guess this is sort of along the lines of what Alex was saying, but I think something really interesting and special happens when you can create an online identity in a not like sketchy or like criminal kind of way, but I think having
thank you for the preface.
like online communities, especially around gaming, when you can interact with people, when you can brag about what you're good at, show people, have status in a community, have badges, awards, like I think it's the natural domain for people to kind of create lives that they actually can feel proud of, can feel like they can socialize. I've been in my apartment for 3 years, well, different apartments, but I haven't been into an office in 3 years and I'm losing my mind. So there's something that really special, I think, that happens with sort of a metaverse when it's done properly. And I think the closest we have is VTube at this point, like not even anything blockchain, but it'll be really exciting to see people build out really important experiences that operate in a sort of like multi-functioning metaverse world where you have people from Mini Royale who are leaderboard players like interacting with people from whatever other game will be, somewhat close to us.
Like it'll be like, Mini Royale. Way down the list, number 2 right here, whatever other game that is.
I think it'll be really interesting. I think that we're in a good place to kind of lead some of the development here. Whether we'll be building out this full-fledged crazy metaverse that you can tap into and work in and socialize in. That's not on my roadmap for Q3, 4. But
for
I don't
Q3
know.
one day.
Yeah, I would like
Yeah.
to see some really cool, authentic experiences and like community-driven like engagement for brands, for games, but everyone else kind of poking their heads here. So I'm excited to see what happens. It's gonna be weird.
Me too. It's going to be really weird. And for a second, I thought when you said I haven't left the apartment in 3 years, I thought you meant like actually like you get your groceries delivered. And I was like, okay, good. She's like, okay, she has a normal life. She gets out of her. She gets some sunshine on the skin. She doesn't just touch grass in the metaverse.
No, I probably go outside once a week these days, but it's fine. Sun's not good for your skin. I don't know how
no.
I'm like a troll
you have to wear sun lotion.
In Austin, no thanks. So
That's awesome.
Pillows. You can take vitamin D now.
There you go. Yeah, you're good. All right, so let's see. There is we got Squirrel, not only headshotting from afar, but a good question about other games and how much you're willing to share, which I think is very interesting. How far are these games being released, if anything, under the Faraway umbrella? Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah, so the question was, what other games under the Faraway umbrella are you building, and how far are these games to being released?
Yes.
So we're not really building them, right? That's what I was saying. These are different studios entirely. They're just tapping into a lot of the technology that we've built, right? And they're using our tokens. We're hoping to launch at least one of them by the end of the first half of next year.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That'll be cool.
Yep. So
also, not a great question, but a great comment. Just had to throw that out there. Confirmed. Grace Vampire. It's happening. That's awesome. We only have one question so far, and so far, Squirrelington NFT is the front runner to getting the best question asked tonight, because stiff competition out there. The other thing we were going to do is just give away a random NFT to the audience, just for being here and having fun. While we're waiting for people to, I think we got a burner here. Stability and longevity is a big thing for me. Whatever the game, whatever the token. Is there a question in here, Spider Show? This is just okay. Good thoughts. Thanks. There is. Yeah. Thanks for sharing your thoughts today, Spider Show. I appreciate that. We're here with you. Let's do the giveaway. Let's have fun. Let's do the giveaway real quick. Then we'll play another round. We'll see if any more questions come up. If no more questions come up, then Squirrelington NFT, you lucky dog. We might just have that good for you. So let me pull up the giveaway. So is there something that the Mini Royale Nations Discord, what's their catchphrase? Is everyone shouting it out in the chat all the time? Is there a short thing that we can put in? Curious.
Like a catchphrase?
Yeah. Does Mini Royale have a catchphrase? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this.
We're too busy for the catchphrases.
Hashtag no catchphrase needed.
I think half of these projects spend more time coming up with their catchphrase versus building.
Yeah. So. No catchphrase needed. So what I'm gonna do? Yeah, that's end of Q3. If you guys in chat right now put in hashtag no catchphrase needed. That's a really long phrase. But if you guys put that into the chat right now, you will be entered into the chance to win one of the 2 NFTs that we're giving away live here today. The other thing you have to do, and now I'm going to be the classic YouTube personality, you got to smash that subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Smash that subscribe if you're watching on Twitch. And then if you want to collect, you actually have to join the Mini Royale Nations Discord. And let me figure out how to put an invite into the ye old chat. My boomer is coming out. Invite people. Here we go. Copy this should be it. Jump in there because that is how you will collect your winnings. No catchphrase needed. 14 entries. Oh my, I am feeling good tonight. We'll give it another 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Wait, I'll count down from 5 like I do with my children when they're climbing on the Peloton when they're not supposed to. Beckett, get down from the Peloton in 5, 4, feet on the ground. 3, not 1 foot down, both feet down. 2, okay, buddy, now hands off. 1 and 0. Here we go. We're going right into the draw. You also got a very weird snapshot into my daily life that happens about 100 times a day. So thanks for sticking me on that.
Grace, you're not allowed to enter into the own giveaway.
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
There she is. Shadow X. Here we go. Shadow X, thank you so much for showing up today. You get a lovely NFT. If you make sure you smash the subscribe, I will hunt you down, Shadow X. And then also jump into the Discord. Share your winning story in the general chat right now. That way Grace can get in touch with you there. Congrats, Shadow. The rest of you guys, if you guys don't have any questions. I found another question. King's Tell. Here we go. What do we got going on? Is PvE going to be connected to land? And if so, could you give an example? That is nice to know.
Oh my God.
Give an example, I think, is the most important part.
So PvE gameplay, right? It's like there might be multiple types of PvE gameplay, and I've told Kingstor this a little bit, like whether it's raids, like Destiny style raids, or zombie mode, that type of stuff. But I think the thing that maybe he's referring to is when our gear system goes live, each character will have like a power score, and that power score will be directly connected to a player's ability to conquer a piece of land. So it's like when you stake a weapon, right, or stake will enable like actually staking a character to take over another piece of land. The power of that character or the power of that weapon will influence your ability to take over somebody else's piece of land. So yeah, the PvE meta, that power meta, will definitely be relevant for land conquest. But if it's just killing a bunch of creeps or killing a raid boss, right? That's like that. That's not part of the land meta.
Okay. Nice. That's cool. Got another quick question too, and I think we'll take maybe one more if people are out there asking, when do you plan on releasing another Legendary Fusion recipe?
That's wave 3. So season 3 is broken down into 3 waves. Wave 1 of content, which was around uncommon and rare characters, that went live at the start of season 3, which was around like 3.5 weeks ago. Wave 2 actually goes live tomorrow, so that'll release some of the epic characters, and then wave 3 goes live. This is like November, like first week of November, and that's when all of the legendary recipes will get released.
Ooh,
so
nice.
Yeah, we're gonna see how this content cycle works, because we wanted to stage the content a little bit more, because so people don't blitz through like all of the content in month 1 and burn themselves out. So this is like a more phased approach than what we did previously.
All right. And then one last one. Will there be a tier beyond Legendary in the case of Fusion? I don't know. Legendary is pretty up there. It's like, there's not many other words.
There will be a
God tier.
There's going to be a mythic tier. We're going to be really careful about making sure we have like all of the necessary like systems to support a mythic tier. Like, for example, there needs to be a reason to have like a mythic character, a mythic weapon. Right? You can't just say, "Hey, mythic exists. Get it. It's really cool.
Like, go check it out."
Yeah, go check it out. It's awesome. You should definitely buy it. There needs to be like a reason, like for a mythic thing to exist in the game. So once we have the system to support that, we will do that. We'll also have exotic characters and weapons, which are more like special, that aren't part of the typical rarity path. So that's like Destiny is a good example of this. Like Destiny has weapons, right, that don't necessarily have anything to do with the rarity hierarchy. They're just cool and have unique things attached to them.
That's awesome. It's also cool that we got like legit alpha dropped tonight. And I think the reason that it's news to you, Grace, is because you don't get out of your house ever. So maybe if you go get some sun on the skin, you might hear a thing or two as well, which is pretty cool.
Grace finds
Thank
things
you guys.
out in real time.
For the internet to see.
I do. This is I've worked in product development, not necessarily like not in gaming before, but like kind of more classic apps and websites. And I've been at startups where we've been like fast and agile, and then I came to Faraway. And it is full speed, and I love it, and it's great, and our community loves it, and it's exactly what the space needs to actually see people pushing updates. But there's a lot of moving parts and a lot going on, and sometimes I don't hear about things until they are mid-release, and I'm like, all right, time to explain this to 100,000 people.
of your most biggest critiquers in the world.
We also decided, like during our team building, Grace was going to do a company-wide presentation while there was another presentation going on, and she was about to go on in 15 minutes. So
that was fun.
Get whatever you can get done in 15 minutes because you're going on stage.
I operate very well under pressure.
Nice.
But
well done. Kudos.
It's cool.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Explain it to the general chat here when we hop off the stream. Well, thank you all for tuning in. One last thing before we all check out for the evening. I'm going to say probably the best question that brought out this mythic level. I think that was Shadow VXZI, which is different than Shadow X, which won the other one. But it seems like I'm big on shadows this late in the evening in the throes of Austin. But I think that I will just make the official audible that's the best question of the night so far. But I want to ask you guys, outside of Mini Royale Nations, like what's happening in the world that you're just excited about? You know, crypto winter gets a little chilly sometimes. So just like what gets you, what's exciting? What's fun for you other than staying locked in your home in your gremlin-like dungeon? Tapping your microphone, which is the coolest thing. I need to figure out what's going on with that.
It's muted.
I know, that's really cool.
Above my apartment, like apparently fully above my apartment. And
they're just screaming at you, get out of your apartment. It's been 3 years.
No, I won't. So I've
what's exciting?
Occasionally.
Yeah. What's exciting for you guys in the world? You know, we sometimes, again, in the world. You know, I mean, it could be work too. Like,
Grace, what are you doing outside of work?
I'm going
with all those.
Wait, you're going to a Ren fair.
I'm going to a Ren fair on Saturday. So that's
where is this Ren fair?
I'm King Richard's Fair in Carver, Massachusetts.
Okay.
I'm going with my sisters. Pretty much my whole family is in on it.
Do you have your costumes ready? I mean, excuse me, your clothes that are time appropriate?
My LARP gear is...
Yeah, your LARP gear.
I will be an elf.
Ooh.
The Fellowship of the Ring and watching the Ring of Power, and I have a wonderful cloak, and I'm very excited to go to the Ren Fair. And
that is really dope. I am very excited for you. I haven't gotten to a Ren Fair in a couple years now because I've been a very transient individual with the family, but that is super cool. Make sure to cheers a drink for me in thought at one point. Alex, first and foremost, did you know that she's going to the Ren Fair this weekend? And then second, what are you excited about?
I did not know. I didn't know Grace had any time for anything else besides Faraway, right?
I mean,
she gets 1 day every 3 years. All right, Alex, 1 day every 3 years.
Grace, take pictures and send it to the team because I don't think they even know what a Ren Fair is.
Okay, that I can do.
What am I excited about? I feel like I haven't played enough games like recently. These games besides the ones that I own. So I just downloaded Cults of the Lamb per Grace's recommendation.
We were just talking about that earlier, right before we hopped on the stream. That's so cool.
So I'm about to go deep into that one.
It's great. Ooh. Bayonetta 3 is coming out in October. There's a ton going on. I just got Splatoon 3.
Is it good?
I heard that's great.
Colts? Splatoon?
Splatoon. I heard that Splatoon is awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's different. It's nice to have a goal that's not just like headshots and like directly killing people. So it's interesting.
It's like everything in Mini Royale.
Everything I play is for research, first of all.
Fair enough. Okay, cool.
It's cool to see other like strategies and like goals from a game mode outside of like just like kill points and stuff. So Splatoon has been interesting. I've been wondering if we do some sort of paintball
Okay,
mode.
I'm gonna download it. I'm gonna download it.
Splatoon.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out if it's any good.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna
Cool.
check out
Well,
what we can steal.
Let me know if you want to jump
That's it.
into a party and I'll be on. But I'm like level 2.
Will do.
Yeah, see what they do that you like, and then just do it better. That's the idea.
Exactly.
Well, cool. Thank you guys for spending way too much time playing video games with me. I really appreciate it. I got my hour of uninterrupted video gaming a week that I get with my 2 small children. So I appreciate you being here with me for that. This has been, everyone in the chat, a wonderful episode of Playconomy. I learned a lot. I'm excited. I'm living vicariously through Ren Fairs. It's been real. I love all of you equally and individually, like I tell my children every night before they go to bed. Thank you all for coming. We'll see you around the bend. We do this every week. I think next week we're chatting with Cypher, so if you guys want to hop in and see some more gameplay, let me know. But thanks. Cheers.
Thanks.